Hi, this is Catherine with BoardGameGeek. I'm sitting here with Alan from Surprise Stare Games, and he's here to talk about the Ming Voyages. So, Alan, please tell me about the game.
Sure, yeah. I'm Alan Pauland from, as you said, Surprise Stare Games. The Ming Voyages is one of our Pocket Campaigns series games, which started with the Cousins War 2 or 3 years ago. And this one's designed by David Mortimer and myself. We've got a co-design. David Mortimer did the Cousins War back then. The setting for this game is the early 15th century, when the Ming carried out a series of treasure voyages led by Admiral Zheng He. And this is when the Chinese explored most of the rest of the world, to be honest. And in the Ming Voyages, you take the position of either the Ming Emperor or the Barbarian Overlord. Now, today we're going to focus on the two-player game. There is, in fact, a solo version as well, but for the purposes of the time, we'll focus on the two-player version. The Ming Emperor's objective is to complete all 7 treasure voyages while preventing the barbarians from overrunning the 5 borderland regions. So on the map we have, in terms of the game context, we have a nice map, brilliantly illustrated by Clemens Franz. And that map at the centre there shows at the bottom, it shows the 7 voyages that the Ming will complete, and those are all numbered. And when you complete voyages, it gives you the ability to take extra actions in the barbarian turn. Now, the Ming Emperor's objective is to complete all the 7 treasure voyages, but they also have to prevent the barbarians from overrunning the 5 borderland regions. And of course, the Barbarian Overlord, on the other hand, wants to do the overrunning. So the Emperor wins automatically when he finishes all 7 voyages and puts a junk on each of those 7 voyages at the bottom of the map. On the other hand, the Overlord automatically wins when he conquers all 5 borderlands. Now, the map, basically, at the top, you've got 3 barbarian homelands. You've got the Western Mongols, the Eastern Mongols, and the Manchus, and there's a horde in each one. I know 1 cube doesn't necessarily equal a horde, but you can increase those as the barbarian player, and you can actually get a lot of pieces in play fairly quickly. The white cubes are the barbarian hordes. The green cubes are the Ming Emperor's troops. Now, in order to complete a voyage, the Ming Emperor has to carry out an action with junks and with gold. So there are, in fact, some nice looking gold pieces, one of which starts in the Chinese main area. And I'll explain a little bit about how that, as it comes up in play, I'll explain how that works. I think the best thing to do, can we learn by playing? Is that all right?
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay, so one of us is going to be the Emperor and the other the Overlord. But if we play with cards exposed, that'll be easiest. Oh, look at that. Ooh, wonderful. Right, well, let's just explain the basic structure of the turn. So the Emperor starts with 3 cards, and they look like this. I'll go through that in a second as we play them. The Emperor starts with 3 cards, but will immediately draw 2. The Overlord starts with 4 cards. Then the Emperor will play 1 card, going down from 5 to 4. The Overlord will play 1 card, going down from 4 to 3. And then once the actions have all been done, you swap hands. So you start the next turn, again, with the Emperor's hand of 3 and the Overlord's 4. Now, so it's asymmetric, basically. So the Emperor, because the Emperor will have given his cards, or her cards, to the Barbarian Overlord player, the Ming will always know what's in the Barbarian Overlord's hand. But the Overlord doesn't know the 2 new cards that the Emperor has just drawn. And we go through the deck twice if neither player has achieved an automatic victory. So we've got some cards there. Let's just go through and we'll explain how we play them as we go along. So, Catherine, do you want to be the emperor or do you want to be the overlord?
I'll be the emperor. That sounds good.
Be the empress. That's a good
The
idea.
empress.
Right.
There we go.
The empress. Right. Okay. So, the first thing that you do on your turn is you draw 2 cards. So to bring your hand up to 5.
All right.
And then if we can look at those cards that you've got, I'll explain what you might want to do. Right. Now, these are multifunction cards, a bit like Twilight Struggle type thing. And the cards have a section at the top, which is usually the barbarian action, and a section at the bottom with the red scrolls on it, which is the one you'll use. But you can only use your action if you've completed the numbered voyage. So the card on the left you can only use if you've been to India, and the card on the right only if you've been to Arabia, number 3. The other way in which you can use cards is you can play command points. So in the middle of each card, on the left-hand side, there's a number. So you've got a 1 and a 2 card there. That's the number of command points. They actually range from 1 to 3, with equal numbers of each. And those are in order of strength. So the weaker cards are the 1s, and the most powerful cards are the 3s. So there is a good card to play. Now, so the main things you can do are play that special action with the text, play for command points. You can also reserve a card. So instead of playing that 1 card, you could flip it over, keep it in your area, and that saves those command points for use for dice rolls, extra re-rolls in combat. I'll explain that. Now, which is the voyage that you've actually completed? Because what we want to do is you would want to seed. You have done number 4.
4.
Right. So you want to seed the barbarian hand with number 4s. You don't really want to play a number 4. Have you got a 3 or a 2 card that is not a 4? Oh, look at this. Not terribly great. A 3 or a 2 card that isn't a number 4 voyage would be helpful. Sorry, I meant the command points.
In the middle.
The number in the middle next to famine. The big number. That's the number. That's it. Lovely. Have you got any more 3s, or is that it? That's it. That's all you've got. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. For this post, let's play that. Now, that 3, those command points can be played to recruit some more troops, to move troops from. You recruit troops into Chinese mainland. You can move troops from the mainland into the borderlands, and you can also use troops to attack into borderlands. You can never attack the barbarian homelands. Similarly, the barbarians can never actually attack the Chinese homeland either. You can also buy more junks, 1 for each command point, and you can buy more gold, get more gold, 1 for each command point. So there's lots of things you can do, and you also you can do a voyage, and that will give you 3 rolls for a voyage. We'll hopefully do that. So as you've done voyage number 4, theoretically you could also play that action, move up to 3 hordes from a borderland into a single adjacent barbarian controlled borderland. But there are no barbarian controlled borderlands, so you can't use that special action. So let's just do a fairly standard thing, which is to I suggest that what you might want to do is defend yourself and put 3 troops into China, from stock into China.
That's what I was going to suggest. Let's
3 green cubes.
Get some new troops.
Yeah, exactly. So you're ready in case I attack. Now, because that's a 3 card, I can do, as the barbarian overlord, I can do that top action. Move up to 2 troops from a borderland into a single adjacent Ming controlled borderland. Now, note, I'm moving your troops. And I can do, you choose whether I do this before your action or after your action, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. So what I would do is let's move your left-hand green troop into the adjacent province, Sichuan. Into the adjacent borderland with the other green one. Yeah, from Yunnan into Sichuan. From the left borderland into the, just move it to the right into there. So there's 2 pieces in there. Excellent, excellent. So what that has done for me is it's opened up the possibility that I just take Yunnan on my turn. So okay, so you've played that card. That card now goes into the discard pile. That's finished, and I did my reaction. So that's a key part of the game, is when you take an action, I may get a reaction. Now I've got some cards. I've got 4 cards. I'm going to play one of these. Let's have a look and see what I've got. Well, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. I note I haven't got a card with a 4 numbered voyage on it, so you can't use any of those as reactions. If one of those had been a 4, you could have reacted and used it. So I will just play the politics 1 just to demonstrate this. The barbarians can do the same kinds of thing as the Ming Emperor. I'll use that to move my horde from the Western Mongols into Yunnan and occupy. There we go. And move it straight into Yunnan. No, not into there. Sorry, into the empty one. Yep, there we go. So now I have taken one borderland. Now because that's the 7 Siam. Yeah, you've lost a borderland. Yeah, so that goes away. So we've taken Yunnan very easily. But the good thing is that you may have an opportunity to take that back. So let's, at the end, because it's the end of the round, we swap cards. So now you give me the 4 cards that you've got, and I give you the 3 cards that I've got. There we go. And now you take 2 more cards.
I'm seeing the flow of this.
Right.
I like this. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So now what you need to do is, well, you may want to take Yunnan back again. Let's just do this to show how that works. So play a 2. So if you play a 2,
any 2, Nikki, any 2.
Any 2 you like, any 2 you like. Yeah. So which one? It doesn't matter which one it is. That allows you to attack with 2 of your pieces. So I suggest that you attack with 2 from China, straight into Yunnan from China. Right. Now I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to say, let us presume that I have reserved a card. So we'll take the top card of the deck. Take the top card of the deck, and just put it there. Yep, that's it. That's my re-rolls. So we're presuming I've done that on a previous turn. So that gives me a bit of defense in Yunnan. So I wouldn't normally be able to do that. It's out of step. Right, now you attack. Now to attack, what you have to do is roll your 3 dice, and you're looking for the best single dice, a double or a triple. And triples are best, and you have rolled a double 1. Excellent roll. Now you can leave it like that, and I would have to beat that double 1 in order to win. If I get a double 2 or better, then you would lose 1 piece. If I only roll a single dice, then I would lose, and my attack would fail. I'd lose my piece. My attack, I would lose my piece, and you would have won back province. However, if I roll a triple, then I will have done what is called a devastating blow. So a triple against a double, or a triple against a single, or a double against a single is what is called a devastating blow, and you lose 2 pieces. And that's my roll, yes? My roll is a double 2. Let's do a re-roll of the 3. So we're going to turn up that card which I reserved earlier, and we're going to re-roll some dice. So the number on that, number of command points actually is 3. So I've got 3 chances. I can re-roll as many dice as I like 3 times. So we'll try and get a 2. That's 1. And again, do that again, same again. 2 and another. Last time we're not going to get it, are we? It would be nice if we got it, but we don't. Oh, look! Triple 3, excellent. So I have a devastating blow against the Chinese, and you lose those 2 green pieces, because the devastating blows you lose 2. So your attack has ignominiously failed owing to my reserves. So that neatly illustrates the combat. Now then, let's also illustrate how we do voyages, because this is what you want to do. You want to do voyages. So let's reset the board slightly. Put a couple more junks into the South China Sea, as if you've recruited a couple more junks. So from Stock into South China Sea. So you've now got on the right hand side with the other junk. That's it, into the South China Sea bit with the other. That's it, into there, where they're available in stock now for use. And you've got 1 gold. Add an extra piece of gold to China as well, because let's give you a bit more gold. You see what he's doing, right? Okay, so it's your turn again. Now you want to complete a voyage. We won't worry about the numbers of the actual numbers of cards and redeal or anything. Let's see which voyage you might want to make. You want to make a voyage where you have some cards which indicate that voyage in the center of the card. Have you got in your hand? Have you got things with more than one card in, more than one voyage number, or are they all the same? Let's have a look. You've got the Persian Gulf, you've got Sumatra, and you've got East. They're all different, aren't they? I suggest two Persian Gulf. That's excellent. You want the Persian Gulf is good. The number 2 cards, all these voyage numbers are flavored. The number 2 ones allow you, with the special action, to take gold. So you want to get the number 2. So let's use the advancement card, the 3 CP. Let's use the advancement card, the 3 CP one. That one there, yeah, the 3 CP advancement card. That will be the card to play. That one, that's the one. Play that card. So that's your choice of card. That gives you the chance to do a voyage and have 3 dice to roll, 3 CPs, 1 dice per CP. We're not doing the special action. We're just doing the CP action. So let's see how we do the voyage. So first thing you do is you put as many junks as you want that you've got in play, which is all the ones in the South China Sea. That's 3 junks. So you put all those 3 junks next to the number 2 voyage, because we're doing number 2 voyage. And then you add as much gold as you want. If you succeed, the gold will be consumed and lost. If you fail, the gold and the junks will all go back to the South China Sea. But you really want to have as best a chance as you can. And when you roll the dice to succeed in the voyage, you have to get less than the number of pieces of wood you've sent with any one dice. So for the purpose of this illustration, let's add 2 gold. You've got to put the 2 gold from China with the from China. That's it. Put them in with there, and that means you've got 5 pieces of wood now. So now you're going to be rolling 3 dice because you're using a 3 CP card, and you've got to get less than 5 because that's the amount of wood you've got. Oh, you just did it. So you've succeeded in that voyage. If you'd only put 1 gold in there, then you'd only have had 4 pieces of wood, and that would have been a fail. So you definitely needed that extra piece of gold. So you've now taken that, you've now completed that voyage. So one of the junks stays on the 2 space. The other junks go back to South China Sea, so you can use them again. They go back. They don't go back to stock. They go back to South China Sea. That's right. And the gold goes back to stock. So gold is used up. It's successful. So later on you have to get some more gold and ideally some more junks, and you can go on and complete the voyages. So that is the basic flow here. And as I said, if there's not an automatic victory by taking all 7 voyages, or for the barbarian taking all 5 of those borderlands, then you would go through the deck twice, and at the end of the second time you've been through the deck, you'd see what the end result is. And the end result, if nobody's got a major victory, is you add up, for the Ming, you add up the number of voyages they've completed with the number of borderlands they still control, and compare that with the barbarian total of the number of uncompleted voyages and the number of barbarian controlled borderlands. So that's how the scoring when you haven't got a major victory works. Now we think it's best for players to do two games. One as the Emperor, and then swap sides and do one as the Barbarian Overlord, and you can add up those
to balance it out.
See who wins the overall match. Yeah. So that's how the 2-player Ming Voyages works. It's a quick overview.
Is there and there's also solo variant in there as well. I see we're running out of time, so we can't go through the full version of it. But
but there's another pack of cards here, which is a barbarian. Those are our barbarian bot cards, and those handle what the barbarian player does. So basically, you're playing the
Empire and as the Emperor when you're playing a solo game.
That's right. You're playing.
Well, thank you so much.
You're playing okay, great. That's great.
A lot of game in a little box.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up because we got another game coming. Thank you so much. That is Ming Voyages.